What's the buzz? This is Zeta Beetle, and welcome back to TGIF. In this episode, I am undergoing some explosive training with Dr. Slone. So, what that means is, we've got some countermeasure plans in place, and it involves something explosive. So, join me for that, and I will meet you there. At first, I was very confused about how quickly I managed to get through the whole challenge, but then I looked through all of the clips of this episode here, and pretty well every single stage of the plan, except for the final one, was in this episode alone. Not quite in this particular clip, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? Alrighty, so this one is the one that has some progress on one of the missions. This time, I'm going to be shooting dummies with IO weapons. This can either be a recon scanner, a beam rifle, pulse rifle rather, and a railgun. It cannot be a chimera ray gun, however, because that is an alien weapon. You know, the ones that the chimera use, you know, the trespassers. Speaking of railgun, I do happen to have secured one. And a plasma cannon, so that's cool. A plasma cannon could technically work too, but the thing about it is, neither of these two are actually what I get the challenge on. So, if you'll bear with me, I will explain exactly what that weapon happens to be when we get to it, because, you know, aside from what I've already done, I do not want to spoil you any further, so I know how people are about spoilers. Like, they really get annoyed when you spoil something for them. And I see where they're coming from. It robs them of that first experience and first feeling that of experiencing something for the first time. And for those of you who have already played through Chapter 2, Season 7, you already know what these challenges are about, so I'm really not spoiling anything for you. But for any of you that have not played through Chapter 2, Season 7, and are interested in the series anyway, thank you for watching my content, and if you enjoy it enough, maybe consider subscribing. It's free and you can change your mind later. But in all seriousness, the thing about it is, I know it's outdated and I know a lot of people are getting annoyed with it, but when you have this much backlog in your system, you kind of want to take it out so that it doesn't clog up the system any longer. When I finally get serious about the space cleaning, there's going to be a ton of space that I get back. But first things first, I have to organize it all in one place, and then, once I do, I'll be able to handle the rest easier. So that's why I haven't done it yet, is the thing. So, yeah. Now I have almost a full loadout of IO weapons. The only thing that I do not have is a recon scanner, which is the weakest weapon that the IO have ever produced. Although, even with its low damage output, it's not really meant to be a weapon so much as a tool for scanning opponents. So, really and truly, to use it as a weapon when it's actually meant to be a recon tool is really just setting yourself up for failure, because it don't work like that. um, Although then again, Jester flipped the script with a Falcon Scout, something that you might be seeing soon. But aside from that, whenever you deal with recon tools like that, they usually suck as weapons. And I know for a fact that the Falcon Scout does suck as a weapon until you have downed an opponent in squads. Then, from what I've seen on Jester's end, you can just pick them up, hoist them high in the air, and just drop them to their death. And I would know because I edit his work, and it was some pretty interesting stuff. Like, I make sure that his content is suitable for YouTube. Basically, make sure that it is free of copyright, is free of anything that would break the rules of the community guidelines. Although that line is becoming thinner and thinner and thinner nowadays, so I'm really having to watch my step about what I say and when. So it's not as easy as it looks, but I manage, you know. I haven't gotten a community guideline strike yet, so we have gotten a lot of copyright claims, but no strikes. All right, here I have cited the dummies, and while I say that I shoot the dummies, the mission actually suggests that you destroy the dummies with the weapons. And I can see it. It makes a huge singe mark on the in the middle, regardless of where you hit. But the fact of the matter is, I say shoot because that's what my notes say, and given that my notes are on a piece of paper that I'm holding in my hand right now, shoot is actually the closest thing I can do with this challenge, so there we go. Alright, this is about this is the thing about continuation clips. Whenever you begin a continuation clip in the same round, essentially you are bound by that round's set of challenges, and thus you can't really progress to the next stage of the legendary quests until you have finished this round. And according to Jester, they have improved that system since then, and you can now complete the quests ahead in the same round. And I'm gonna be frank with you, and I've actually seen him do it before. So yeah, it's not really just word of mouth. It's actually being able to see it while while I and him are working on it together. So, yeah. When there's two heads working on a project, one seems to catch what the other missed. And even though there are still some things that manage to slip through the cracks. So, honestly speaking, it's not perfect, but it's just basically it's just basically a it's passable, I would say. Like, aside from a few copyright claims every here and there, it's still passable content. Like, it doesn't really do too much to break the rules. There's a new series on Sundays called Task Force Vixen, and that has a bit of a copyright claim on it due to the intro song. But for the most part, since justice has given the artist the appropriate credit, I don't think that it's going to progress from there.
Today is gonna be a great day.
Yeah, that's one of those times where I interact with the vending machine to see, or the ATM rather, to see if it has any different dialogue between times that you interact with it. But I just got eliminated by Jonesy here, and it's time to move on to the next round. Alright, so in this round, I'm going for the challenge to search for books on explosions. So, I am heading over to, I'm heading to Steamy Stacks, for whatever reason. And, I'm going to apparently begin my search here, of all places. Because, like, I don't know what past me was thinking here. I'm just basically going through this place, trying to see what I can find on the matter. And the abductor has turned on. It'll be no time at all before I get abducted into the experimental minigames that these aliens put us through. So here I'm just basically trying to do as much as I can while the abductor is preparing to pick me up. But I don't get anything done by that time, and right there, I get abducted right there. So, let's go on ahead and get into this round, I suppose. Oh, so there were books on explosions there. Nice. Okay. Experiment number, I don't even remember anymore. It don't matter. Alright. So here we go. Onwards to the minigame. Like I've said before, during some part of the season, I and my friends came up with a strategy that ended up getting us pretty high in the vaults. Like, we would have one of us, usually me, collect the time orbs, and well, maybe more than one of us, I don't remember. But still, yeah, there were specific roles for each person to play while we were in this, and I have since adopted a strategy where I will go for the time orbs first, and then I will go for the vault orbs. So, yeah. Here, another vault orb is dropping, but I go for this one first because it's already down. Then I head over to this one that's dropped over here, like this. And now I am at blue. I grabbed that time orb so that there was more time. And then I miss the roof, and then get the next vault orb, putting my rank up to purple. Then I grab 2 time orbs and make a effort to get the very last vault orb, getting my final rank gold. So that was pretty cool that I was actually able to manage that. Now I can reap the rewards. So, heavy assault rifle, I do not pick those up because the firing rate is a little bit too slow. And I know that that is subjective when I've managed many eliminations in the past with it, but you know, my preferences, they don't change much because I know my limits, and I know exactly I know that I am trash with slow firing rate weapons, like pumps and heavy assault rifles. Well, not so much heavy assault rifles. Pumps, snipers, you know, just weapons that have a slow firing rate that, for the most part, I find practically irredeemable. And thus I always seem to get eliminated whenever I use them. And for those of you who keep telling me to practice, yeah, that's helping a lot. Like, and besides, the thing about it is, I'm not that interested in winning the game. I'm interested in getting challenges done, because that's something that I can actually do consistently. And over the course of 5 years, you pick up a trick or two that helps you to win against certain opponents a little bit easier. So I got the first book on explosions. Then I am looking through the mission to see if I can find the next one by the time I succumb to the storm. But at the same time, I am grabbing the suppressed AR due to the fact that it has a firing rate of, I think, 5.5, which is the same as the Scar. And the OG assault rifle. So, yeah, I'm just basically going through here after having gotten my medkit taken down, and I find the last book of explosions right here. So let's move on to the next round, shall we? This one's only on here because of its challenge to hit weak points. So, yeah, it's not really that special, honestly. And I only really hit one weak spot from the sound of it. Like, it's just not, yeah, it doesn't do that much progress. Still yet, though, any progress is better than no progress, am I right? And let me tell you something. There have been rounds where I got absolutely no progress at all. And those rounds are the annoying ones. So, I highly doubt that I actually get out of the storm here, because I am so deep in it and I don't have any white heals at all. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can see the end of the, the clip coming soon. So, one, and boom. There I go. Down and out, and it's time to move on to the next round. See you there. Alrighty, it's time for the next round, and this time, it's the challenge to deploy scanners. So, this mission was fairly simple, and and I believe that I got it completely done in one take. So that's pretty good stuff. So I grab this like this, and I believe I see that it's 2 scanners that I have to deploy here. Regardless, I'm gonna be going on to the place that I just marked in order to get the next one done. And as with the other ones where I got those challenges done, I will be clipping it here and moving on. So, yeah, if anyone's been getting annoyed with that method, then I'm sorry, but back then recording was a little bit tighter, and it should still be, but you know, greatest battles and all that. But you know, when it comes to the greatest battles, some of those moments are actually pretty pretty epic. And other times, it's just hilarious glitches and good times being had with friends. So, those little fluff pieces in between the epic wins, those are just about as special. So, there we go. That's that done. Onwards to the next round. And the final clip of the entire episode. So here, I am pestering this guy who is in that saucer, and I take him down with my suppressed AR, despite the fact that I am completely done with the Sneak Week saga. Speaking of which, there is a new saga coming out called the High Flying Saga. So stay tuned for that, and for the guy that enjoyed the Sneak Week saga, for the subscriber that enjoyed that, thank you, and stay tuned for the High Flying saga, because you might like that either just as much or more. Anyway, I don't know why I'm just staying here in the storm. I think I'm making notes on what I just did. And, alright. At this point, I think that that was it, because, and if it was for, another reason that it could have been, then, I would have been gone for far longer, and I would have had to, speed it up. But regardless, I'm going to be, right here, this guy, started, shooting at me with the railgun. So, I started, shooting my, suppressed AR at him. So... Alright, that's that taken care of. So, now, I'm going to be heading over to the eye, because last time I was caught in the eye without any heals, I was taken out. And while I'm about to say that I don't want to have that happen to me again, I find it kind of prudent to take down this chicken by any means necessary, and I'm trying to get the meat off of it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. But with the time that it took me to get that meat, the storm had caught up to me. So now I'm in quite the pinch. However, this round was about 6 minutes and a half. So basically, what it boils down to is I am running away from the storm with nothing but a single drumstick of meat. That's not going to work, is it? One thing that I could never figure out, though, is why there would play a sound like I had collected some sort of quest object. So, essentially, it's just a really weird situation. So, anyway, I'm going to be attacking an IO guard here in a little bit. I mean, you could tell through the music, right? Alright, there we go. I got that taken care of. And now, it's time to reload my shotgun and move on with the rest of the round. One of these opponents is about to, well, if you know me, then you can probably predict what's going to happen very soon. As a matter of fact, it's partially happening right now. I'm fighting against this opponent, and while I eliminate this one, I rarely ever win. So, I think you know. Anyway, apparently there's somebody in a saucer. Because I'm hearing a lot of tractor beams and energy cannons here, and I don't think there are any trespassers left on the map. Like every place that has every place that they were invading has been engulfed in the storm at this point. Pretty well all named locations at this point have been engulfed in the storm. So there's really no way for a trespasser to be piloting that thing anymore. Regardless of what the case is, yep, there's a player right here. Alright. I'm just preparing for I wasn't prepared enough, though, because that Superman just basically took me out with a good volley of SMG bullets and a few well-aimed shotgun shells. So, that's about it for this episode. Well, like I said before, I have run out of time for this one. So, join me in the next one when I activate the countermeasure device, damage opponents within 20 seconds of gliding, land at a named location. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, adios, amigos.